Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this is going to be a quick lesson just based on these wildfires that are on the edge of the Hamptons. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read some of this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says wildfires on edge of the Hamptons now mostly contained, but weather conditions still pose threat to New York enclave. It said firefighters have managed to knock down wildfires in West Hampton Beach, New York, gateway to the Hamptons on New York's Long Island. But dry and windy conditions continue to keep the risk level elevated. New York Governor Kathy Hochul declared a state of emergency on Saturday after 4 separate blazes burned about 600 acres, including in the Pine Barrens, a state nature preserve. The flames had been extinguished by Sunday morning, Suffolk County Fire Coordinator Rudy Sunderman said at a news conference, with officials saying one of the fires is not yet fully contained. Firefighters are working to establish containment lines around the fire to keep it from spreading. So just like through the Spirit, myself and other brothers have been saying, these fires, they just keep happening. Just more wildfires. Just like there's more storms and tempests and more earthquakes as well. Isaiah 29:6, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. And the Heavenly Father is clearly sending these things upon the earth. There's earthquakes happening in different parts of the world. There's storms and tempests hitting, and there's wildfires. There's also a lot of power outages happening, mostly as a result of storms and tempests. The winds knocking out power. And all of this is just the judgment of the Lord. We keep telling that we are in the last days. And so more and more judgment is going to manifest upon the earth. Second Timothy 3:1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And that's right. Times full of danger. And with shootings and stabbings increasing, with fires and storms and tempests and earthquakes and power outages increasing, with the price of everything going up, with people losing their jobs, with more diseases popping up, it's safe to say that we are living in some dangerous times. Every time you turn around, something is happening. Because we are in the last days. We are in the time of judgment from the Lord being brought upon this earth. Luke 21:22, for these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. And that's right. These are the days of vengeance, the vengeance of the Heavenly Father being brought upon this earth to punish these people for all their wickedness. That's why every day people are getting wounded and killed and afflicted. Like it says in 2 Ezra 8:50, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And the scriptures tell us that pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. So all these proud people with this I can do whatever I want, do as thou wilt spirit on them. People running around thinking that they have free will. You know, these people that run around talking about only God can judge me. They don't realize that the Heavenly Father will judge them. You know, they're not exempt from being judged. You know, a lot of people, when they say only God can judge them, they say it with this thought that it's never going to happen. Because Christianity teaches people that the Lord loves everybody, and that no matter what you do, he's going to forgive you, or, you know, he'll turn a blind eye to your wickedness. But that's not the case. The Heavenly Father just judges people on his own time. He judges people when he wants to judge them. Sometimes that's earlier on in their life, and sometimes it's later on in their life. That's why there are stories about, you know, newborn babies dying, or somebody, you know, an 80-year-old person dying. You know, it's completely up to the Heavenly Father when he chooses to judge someone. But just because he may not judge someone right then and there when they're in the midst of doing wickedness doesn't mean that he doesn't intend to judge them at some point. The Heavenly Father moves on his own time. He does things when he wants to do them. But because these people are simple and ignorant, they don't know that. You know, they'll look back at their life and be like, oh, I did this, this, and that, and I'm still here. So they think that they're just not going to get judged. But best believe the angels of the Lord are monitoring everything that they're doing. Just creating a laundry list of all the wicked things they've done. And then in due time, the Heavenly Father is going to send his spirits of vengeance to put that person to death. And lately, these deaths that we've been seeing have been pretty brutal. You know, people dying in plane crashes, people getting burned alive in fires, you know, people getting decapitated and things like that. Like, it's no joke. You know, these people think that it's funny to be wicked, to anger the Heavenly Father, to provoke him unto wrath. But it's not so funny when those spirits of vengeance get unleashed and lay sore strokes upon you. And as we see, these sore strokes are not just upon people. You know, these fires, they destroy land, they destroy people's homes. You know, they kill people's pets. You know, they destroy people's business, you know, whatever. Like if somebody owned a store, you know, the fire could destroy their store. That's how they make money. And given that this economy is tanking, you know, people need all the money they can get. And if the Heavenly Father destroys your business, you know, that's a serious hit right there. You know, this is not a joke. You know, and that's why the scriptures tell you in Proverbs 19 and 23 that the fear of the Lord Yahweh tendeth to life, and he that hath it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. Because when you fear the Lord, you're going to be doing the things that are righteous in the eyes of the Lord. And if you're doing things that are righteous in the eyes of the Lord, then he's going to be pleased with you, and he's going to keep his hedge of protection over you. Like it says in 1 Peter 3 and 12, the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. but the face of the Lord is against them that do evil. These wicked people, they don't understand that. They don't understand that all this wickedness that they're doing is just going to lead to their destruction. Meanwhile, those of us of the hopeful elect, we're not even playing around. We don't want to tempt the Heavenly Father because we see on a daily basis what He can do and what He will do. And we know that in these last days, these judgments are going to get a whole lot worse. These fires are going to get more intense and more destructive. Same with the earthquakes. Same with the storms and tempests. Same with the violence. Things are about to get cranked up heavily on this earth. And these simple-minded people, they are in no way, shape, or form ready for this. But those of us of the hopeful elect, we are ready for it. And we want it to happen because we fear the Lord. And we trust that as long as we, through the Spirit of the Lord, continue to do righteous acts in the sight of the Lord, He's going to continue to safely guide us through these times. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakudash, the Wadihah Bahashim Yahushai, putting the Spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, shalom.